Evening reflections. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. This is your girl, Miss Perfect. A few things that I've been reflecting on. Just wondering why. First thing that I want to look at, guys, is, there's so much good going on around us. And there's so much interesting things that are going on around us. But let's not be dismayed. There's still more good than evil going on around us. The evil just seems overwhelming because so much reports are on them, and it just seems like non-stop, like never ending. Just never ending. Today what caught my attention was this kid on Saturday. 14 years old. Just 14 years old. This was a child who seems like he was there watching the woman's house and saw that she went to church on Sabbath. And when she went to church, he decided to break into her house. He stole $7,000. And it might not seem like a lot, people, but when people break in your space, it just seems so disrespectful. Like, you cannot even imagine what they did in your place. I don't know. But to break into somebody's place, and you're only 14, what he probably didn't know is, like, the poor soul, he break in and didn't know that while he's going through this woman's things, that there was a camera watching him. So he was caught. It took them a little while because I guess he had left his place, and and it's not an easy thing. 7 I'm 14 years old. Now he's charged. Mess up his opportunities in life, because sometimes, as you get older, good opportunities come. But these little things are there. It's like you build this nice white cake, and layers, beautiful. You're bright, you're this, you're that, you're a hard worker. But this one little thing, all of a sudden, when you were ready to take that prize, somebody comes with a bucket of mess and just pour it over your beautiful white cake and just take away that good prize from you. Guys, think. Young people, think. It's hard, but listen, I want you to always focus on, because that's what I was reflecting on. I know it's not easy. It's not easy. You might see people go away to America, and you go to these places, and you think, oh, America, they're going to America, it's not easy. A lot of them go there, and sometimes one meal for the day just to make ends meet. It's never a bed of roses. You see people make it in life and think, yeah, they're lucky and they did. But you don't know where they worked from, how hard they worked to build to get where they are. Because nothing comes easily. So if you just be patient, because you took that $7,000, what did you do with it? You have a record now because they locked you up. They charged you. But what did that 7,000 do for you? So young people think, as I said, those of you who have the phones, you don't have to put out grand things. As I said, I remember J. Bud when he was cooking a little bit of something. Make up him like a fire to do a chopped coconut and a show, make him do him drops and stuff like that. That's how he started and look at where he is today. So take your phones instead of breaking into people's homes and trying to take things the easy way. Pick up your phone, start a little channel. Start a little channel. Show people how to build things. A lot of people, when we were kids, like making fires, we used to douse so much kerosene oil in the fire. That's what our thing, kerosene oil. Granny oil couldn't last. Even when they had oil shortage, we never have common sense to take a little piece of plastic, light it, pack the things. Today when I look at these kids out there in the wilderness making a wood fire or even at their homes, I am so appalled. I'm like, So there are a lot of things that Jamaicans are so creative that you can take up a thing and start a little channel. You don't have to go on TikTok and cuss and carry on, But you can do a good channel and show good things, and it might not sell as much because we know ugly things sell more than decent things. But if you start, then you eventually will be able to get, be able to eat bread without robbing people. $7,000, and you have messed up your future, man. Come on. Then we have this 36-year-old woman of the night. I was reading something where a comment was made on Instagram that this woman has been robbing these men for a long, long time. So there wasn't a lot of sympathy for her. But the guy, I feel bad for him because this is a guy who had a good job. But this thing where they go out there and buy sex, why are you buying sex? I said sex is something, our sexual relationship is something that should be beautiful. It is something that should be done to reproduce beautiful children. But we have taken something good and we have made it into something so ugly, so nasty, so bad. Supposed to be a beautiful thing. To reproduce the beautiful children that we should cherish and nurture. But we out on the street, women selling it, men buying it. Men leave their good homes, their good wives, their good family to go out there and buy a 2-minute pleasure. Don't know what kind of germs they're taking back, because every man that the woman of the night sleeps with, you bring them home also to sleep with your wife, because every germs that the other man leaves in this woman, you're bringing all of those things home to your family, to your wife. So why not, let's think, guys. I'm reflecting on these things, like I'm looking, I said, my God, you have your good family, you work hard, you build, you have a beautiful home, you have nice, you have material things, but your mind is so corrupt. And the guts of hell is never full. And so we keep going for more of the ugly, more of the nasty, instead of cherishing what we have. Keep our eyes steadfast. We just have to be led by Satan, just easily led by Satan. And then we screw it all up. We again, building the nice white cake, we work hard, we buy our building blocks, we buy our bags and bags and bags of cement, because we want nice homes, right? You pay workmen, all sorts of contractors. You don't want a zinc roof, you want a decked roof, because later on you plan to go higher up. And you work hard and you built it. And you and your wife, you build a 2-car garage with both of your own cars, and oh, it's beautiful. And you have 2 children, and they're doing well in school because they have the support. So you build your beautiful white cake, and then you men, women do it too, but you men, you go out there for what? A little bit of sex. You take your hard-earned money, you throw it at people for 2 little minutes, not even a good minute of pleasure. And you go home as if it's okay, and you know. Well, this night didn't turn out so well. 36-year-old woman of the night, Tara, she was stabbed to death in on Saturday, March 23rd, in St. James by a client. No, this client, right? Word has it that this client has a good job, had a good job, was hanging out with friends. They separated, encouraged him to go home, man. No, but he was in heat. The weed and the rum. He was in heat, so he needed to buy some sex for the night. Went, picked up Miss Tara, then he decided, invited her home with him. But on the way home, he decided, I guess he knew the price, so he decided to go to the ATM. Went to the ATM, he drew $20,000. When he got part way going home, the lady decided she didn't want to go anymore. She wanted to go back to her spot where she was doing her business. He asked the taximan to turn around, drop her back. Dropped her off, he went on home. When he got home, decided to pay the taximan his money, found out that out of his $20,000, $18,000 was gone. Right away realized that he was picked. The girl robbed him quietly. He asked the taximan to bring him to where they had picked her up, where they had dropped her off. And when he went, whatever happened there, he ended up stabbing her to death. No. He stabbed her to death. They locked him up. Right? Locked him up. So now, no sex, no money, is in jail. What's going to be the end result? It wasn't a self-defense to say, well, they come at me with a knife and I tried to defend myself. This was paying for sex, gone bad. And you have to say, God, the saga continues. And it just won't end until God comes back for this earth. Because it doesn't matter how we see other people's situation over there. It doesn't matter how we see what goes on in other stances. We don't learn, we just figure we are untouchable. One I was looking for the information for one guy because this was given to me firsthand from somebody who knew him. Maybe it didn't make the news, but this was a driver who didn't have a license, didn't go and get a real license, because we know in Jamaica, what is it? 3 bodies: the bribery, the rum, and the weed. Those are the bodies, you know. You go to get your license, you can't get your license unless you bribe somebody. You bribe somebody, them sell you, you get the license, you can't manage the road, you can't do what you need to do, but you're out there, you don't know that they're making roads now with signs that you have to read. You know, lights, more lights on the street than before. Years ago, you're just driving. You get into Montego Bay, a couple lights here or there, but now, as things have developed and changed, a lot of arrows here, a lot of marks in the roads, a lot of things that need to acknowledge as you drive. But this one young man, his mom called the person I know crying because she begged her son, she begged him, take your time and drive. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do. Now listen. Listen, when you talk to him, he say, oh, him have the road locked, man. Me have it locked. You know? Him that good. Can't crash, him can manage, him have the road locked, man. I warning him, take your time and drive. Never listen until car crash, fling him out of the car, kill him dead. No, it's easier to feed a man than to bury a man. Right? To feed somebody every day, you get up, you cook, you might spend $1,000 to feed 3-4 people for the day. You buy a piece of fish, you buy a pack of rice, you buy oil, you buy a couple of onions, and you could cook a big meal with that. But when somebody dies, you have to find all these thousands of dollars for funeral home. The funeral homes are making so much money because of the shootings, the stabbings, the crashes. So much money. And so it's not easy, because they're not going to sit there when business slow. You might get something say $200,000 for a casket and a this and a that. You get a package, because now everything is packaged. You know, so you might get a little package that's not so expensive. But as things come and they might get the bodies, then, you know, screw you can wait. We do like a $200,000 right now. The cheapest package we have a $500,000. What the heck you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're not rich, you don't have a job, you don't have anything. What you gonna do? There's nothing you can do, because you have to beg, borrow, or steal. You have to put yourself in a trouble. If you know, them say if you don't bury me for me sweetness, you'll go bury me for my stinkness. So wherever you forget it from, you have to go find it to bury them when them just don't listen. And the government does nothing. They know what's going on, but they do nothing. Because what? These people car marts and car this and car that. They want the cars to move. So they want the cars to move, so they don't mind the people selling these licenses so that these people can come move the cars off the lot. So it's just chaotic. And the sad thing is when innocent people get caught up into it. You know, it's sad. And finally, we have this 44-year-old relative from Clarendon who took her family's information and went online and went shopping. Crazy shopping. 877,000 worth of crazy shopping. $877,000 worth of shopping. Investigations done. No, she has been charged. This world is topsy-turvy. My people, as I said, the banks are robbing. NCB, they say, is one of the most interesting. Family robbing. What are you going to do? Strangers coming and robbing. Who can manage? Rough, bad. But that's my reflections, guys. That's my reflections. Troublesome times are here, filling men's hearts with fear. Freedom we all hold dear, now is at stake. Humbling your hearts to God, saves from the chastening rod. Seek the way pilgrims trod, Christians awake. For Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom, trumpets will sound. All of the dead shall rise, righteous meet in the skies, going where no one dies, heavenward bound. Troubles will soon be o'er, happy forevermore, when we meet on that shore, free from all care. Rising up in the skies, telling this world goodbye, homeward we then will through glory to share. Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom, trumpets will sound. All of the dead shall rise, righteous meet in the skies, going where no one dies, heavenward bound. My people, that's the only hope we can have. So as we reflect on what's going on here in Jamaica, I'm just hoping that where you are, that there's more peace. I don't know where we are going to find peace. There's no peace in America right now. The turmoil is there. The chaos is there. No peace, no peace, no peace. Just a lot of troublesome times, and men's heart failing them for fear. We just have to look up, because our redemption draweth nigh. We just have to just hold on to the hands of the man, Christ Jesus. He stills the waters and he calms the seas. We just have to hold on, because boy, it is not easy. So as you sit and you reflect, guys, I don't know if you have a channel and you are sharing what you're reflecting, share your thoughts. Share your thoughts, because sometimes you look at it and you sit down and you say, oh my God, I'm going through this, and then because we share thoughts, we realize we're not alone at all. We're not alone. The words of the Master must come to pass, and in every corner you look, trouble sometimes are there. So thanks again for supporting the channel. Thanks for those, my members. Mwah. Much love to all of you. Thank you for staying with Miss Bev. For those of you leaving your comments and steadfastly and you're present with me, thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate you. For those of you who have donated already to the, why am I thinking? Did Miss Kalina donated to? I have to check. I don't know when all of a sudden I felt like I forgot to mention Miss Kalina's name. I don't know though, because the funds that are there represent what was on the GoFundMe. All right. So thank you guys again. We are collecting for the scholarship fund, and you guys, as you think about it and as you make your budget, a little bit here on your budget, a little bit there, and then please contribute something to the GoFundMe. I know it was mentioned that I should do, as I said, maybe I mentioned it before, but I'm old and I'm entitled to repeat myself. if it's even that. But thank you guys for understanding and for being patient with me. I love you and I appreciate all of you. I know that for a fact. So no matter how often I repeat it, just know that it's what's in the heart. That person had mentioned, kept saying I should put up a phone number and have people send me funds at the Western Union. And as I said before, in Jamaica, I don't handle cash. The only little bit of cash you're going to find if you come to my house is Kayla's little money for school. That's the only funds. I don't deal with cash, period. I don't like it. I don't have it. I'm not going to put myself out there to go pick up money at any Western Union and then get robbed or knocked down on the street side because of that. So I'm sorry. If I'm just asking you guys to try to support the scholarship fund by one of the ways that I've given to you. The PayPal is not hard, and the CashApp is really, really not hard. You download the app, and it is just 1, 2, 3, because you have the information there, and you put it in, you say you're paying, and you just put in, you go in and search for the person you're going to pay, and then you put in the amount you're going to pay. And pay means that you're sending it to me towards the scholarship fund. It's very simple. If I have it, then you can have it. It's not hard. As I said, for the GoFundMe, we need a picture. We need something to show. A little bit of thing about like when I supported the teachers, I told you guys there was a little bit of, because the principal was thinking that, she had to write everything and be accountable. And I said, no. The support was for teachers. At no point did I mention the school because I just didn't want that kind of a problem. Because I know if I send it to the school, she would have to document it all, and she would have to come over time. They're going to value it, and they're going to do all of these things. And I don't think it's right, because the government is supposed to help with the schools. They said Jamaica has free education. And so I think what they want them to do is to just teach without chart papers, without the necessary things that the teachers need to help the kids understand the work. So I told her that it's not so. She has nothing to do with it. So it became a little thing. So the teacher, she didn't want her picture or the video with her helping to unpack the things. So this is why I said to you guys, whatever you do, I'm transparent. I've been doing this. I've been doing so much, and so many of you have helped me and helped me again. Some of you went to my home when I was in Connecticut and had my home there to buy T-shirts to do. And everything I document. I do my business in the orderly way, And so, because I had to file taxes on my T-shirts. And so, all the funds I get, the receipts are available. I make sure I thank the people who donated. I put how much they donated. If people don't want their names out there, they would say, put me as anonymous. And what will happen is, I put them as anonymous, but I put the amount they contribute. It means that if anybody has a problem with what is posted on the community page, then we can talk about it. I try to make sure that people understand. When I buy the vouchers, everybody will, everybody, whether you donated or not, because I will have to make sure that these are, that you see when I go to the bookstore, when I order them, and when I will show these things. So just work with me, guys. Work with me. The kids need the help. I have a video of the community center. Those I'm not even going to touch as yet. I'm thinking about it. It really needs the support. It needs zinc. And I promise, I said, if we collect enough and we have monies left, I will go to the hardware store, purchase the thing, do the receipt so you guys could see it, and donate the zinc to them. I'm not donating cash to anyone. So be good to yourselves, my people. Just know that as God blesses us, He asks that we be a blessing to someone else. That is my motto, that as God blesses me, and God has truly blessed me, I want to be able to be a blessing to someone else. So let's do it together, all right? Make it a great evening as we continue to reflect on what's going on around us. Good night. So after all this reflection and all of this support the scholarship fund, let's just end on a nice note. Look what I have to share with you. Well, if I woke up today and said I didn't have anything to be thankful for, that would be nice. Look at that, guys. Miss Ruby, where you are? Where are you? There you go, Miss Ruby. Even if we get no more, but there are a lot of small ones on the thing out there coming. I'm praying that they will come. A lot of small ones. A lot of blossoms are still there waiting to give us more cucumbers. I hope. But this one is ready. Didn't want it to go orange. So I'm going to enjoy this today. Also got some aloe vera. Look how nice and fresh it is. So what we do with this, guys, you just peel a little piece and just put it in your mouth. Chew it a couple times and swallow it with all the bitterness and goodness. Just swallow it down to help the blood. So there you have it, guys. Miss Ruby came, we bought seeds, we planted, and I am inheriting, I am going to be enjoying this blessing God gave to me. Oh my God, look at that. My first homegrown in this home yard cucumber since I came home. God be praised. Along with all the other blessings. I'm thankful for me. Thankful I'm up this morning. Got Kayla ready for school. Swept up the house already. Washed up the dishes from breakfast already. I didn't have breakfast, just from Kayla's breakfast. Went out in the backyard, got my sunlight, walked around, come back in sweating. But that's a good thing. Because I brought in with me a nice fresh cucumber and a thing, I don't know what you call that, of aloe vera. Let us be thankful for all things. Great ones and small ones. I am thankful.